So I think that kind of goes into our next question, which is, how do you balance building a successful career while making time for the things that matter outside of work?
That is so, that is such a great
I know you're
question.
going through it right now.
I am going through it right now. But first, let me talk about how work has evolved.
Yeah.
So when I grew up in the workplace and when I grew up in consulting, it was a 24/7 job. And I think that some of that still exists throughout, a lot of companies. It really depends on the company culture. But I will say that over time, as my career has grown, that I've seen leaders and companies, I've seen a lot of women in leadership like me look back on their career and say, why did I miss the recital? Why did I miss that play or that event or that birthday party?
Yeah.
And I have those regrets. And so one of my commitments are no one is going to do that who's on my watch or my team.
Mm-hmm.
So what I try to instill in others is when you're on vacation, there are no phone calls to you. I grew up in the era where when you were on vacation, your phone was right there by your side. It was like you were always on, right? Mm-hmm. So now that's evolving a little bit. And so I think leaders need to know and understand that we're going to have those boundaries. And when you do have those boundaries, I can tell you that I can call any person on our team and I'll say, oh my gosh, that Australian, that interview we have in Australia, it's going to be at 9:00 on Tuesday night. And they'll say, I'm there, because we respect and have boundaries on personal time and making sure that we leave space for people when they're having, personal, whether it's celebratory or something else going on in their life. Now, you asked about how I create balance, and you talked about the challenges right now. And yeah, we could do a big podcast on this one because I've got a lot of them right now. So I've got a significant personal life change. And then I've got my mom who lives with me who is failing. She's just failing. She had a stroke not that long ago, and she does live with me. And I have a father who lives up in New York who I am so close to, and he is starting to fail. And he's been super healthy, and it's been fast, some things. So I've got like, oh my God. And I'm running a business, and our business is in a pretty aggressive growth mode, and people look to me to lead that business. So the first thing is, how am I balancing all this? Whew.
Wait, you also have 2 daughters too.
Yes,
so
I do.
You have to
I do. One's upstairs, actually, and I've got my daughters. And it's a lot. So, I've got my daughters, and I have 2 sisters, and one who just went through a very terrible personal tragedy. And, it's like you want to be there for your family. You want to be there for your children. You want to make sure that you're supporting them. You want to make sure you're supporting everyone else, right? Yeah. And then it's like, who is supporting you, right? It's exactly, like, oh my God. And so the first thing is, I'll talk about on the work front. I think because, we're leading and building a really good team of people that we respect and we trust and we really appreciate, and we try to let them know that, boy, are they really helping me right now. So they know, and I actually have people that are checking in on me and asking me what they can do to help through this time. And I was telling my partner today, I said, I don't know what I would do without our team that we have right now, because I got to tell you, they are helping me at work. They are holding me up because we have a lot of things that we're accomplishing right now. The other thing that's really important to me that does help me maintain the balance, it's just how I'm wired. I have to work out, like whether it's just making time for that run. I have 2 Jack Russell Terriers. I just said I shut off. I know. I shut off everyone in my life. Yeah. And Friday night, I'm going to tell you, I made like a little salmon for dinner. Yeah. I made the chicken for the dogs, right? It was really late. I didn't care. I went upstairs on the couch. I got one dog here, one dog there, and we watched African Queen together,
That's what I'm hearing,
or out of Africa.
So you're doing the me time is what my generation calls it.
Yep, I'm trying to.
Putting it on the calendar time for yourself.
And you have to. Like, and for me, it's like sanity and out of necessity because I'm getting calls at 3 o'clock in the morning, at 7 a.m., at not like all kinds of hours of the day right now.
Yeah.
And so you have to just figure it out.